the four main characteristics you're gonna be looking for is the size of the hide, the thickness of the hide, the firmness or the temper of the hide, and the grade of the hide. So let's talk about the size first. So the majority of hides that you're gonna buy are gonna come in sides, which is about 25 square feet. Like this is an example of an entire side of leather. Whoa. So, you know, pretty giant. And they can be really hard to work with, and they're measured in square feet. So, you know, an entire side of leather is gonna be around 20 to 25 square feet. That can be a lot for a project. They also have different cuts of leather. The side is the most popular. There's shoulders, double shoulders, bends, double bends, bellies, and each of these types of cuts, or this, I guess cuts of leather, has other uses and other certain characteristics that you might want to avoid or might want in a cut of leather. And I think I'm gonna do a different video on that because this video is getting kind of long. So I'll probably do a follow-up video on different cuts of leather and what to use and how to use it and what to avoid. Whoa, slippery boy. Next is the thickness, and we kind of talked about this in the previous video. It's measured in ounces, and I'll put like a little conversion chart over here that converts it to millimeters. But for a general idea of what you're gonna use, a 2 to 3 ounce is gonna be for like wallets and other small leather goods where you're not wanting a really bulky product. 5 to 6 ounce range, you're gonna be looking at making like bags from that, or some products that you want some more structural integrity, but you want some strength behind it. And then 8 ounce and up is gonna be stuff that you're gonna use for strap works, like belts and handles and things that you need a lot of strength and a lot of rigidity for. And that's just kind of a general rule, not rule, but like guideline on what to look for, because you wouldn't wanna make a wallet out of a 10 ounce leather. You'd have like a 2-inch thick wallet. So that's why you would choose like a 2 to 3 ounce leather. But you also wouldn't want to make a belt out of a 2 to 3 ounce leather, because as soon as you start putting that thing on, it's going to start stretching and the holes are going to start ripping because it doesn't have the strength of the thickness of a heavier weight leather. And then that kind of brings us to the temper or the firmness of the leather. It's usually in 3 categories: soft, medium, or hard, or glovey, medium, and firm. Basically, it is what it sounds like. A really soft, glovey leather is gonna be something you're gonna wanna use for like gloves, or really soft, supple bags or pouches, stuff that you want a lot of flexibility with. A medium temper is gonna be a good all-around leather for a lot of things. You're gonna be able to make some wallets out of it. For thicker stuff, you can get away with making some belts with it. It's probably the best all around, in my opinion. People might differ in their opinions. And then firm, if you want some really heavy duty leather that's gonna hold its shape and won't stretch very much, and if you want like a really heavy belt, a firm leather is gonna be the best for that. Just keep in mind, like if you're trying to make a bag out of a firm leather, it's gonna be really hard to turn that inside out when you get finished, or but some people like firm leather for wallets and stuff. So usually I buy medium leather, but I have bought some firm leathers. And then as for the grade of the leather, this one's a little bit tricky because each tannery kind of has their own grading system, but usually kind of follows the same trend where it's like A, B, and C, or A, B, C, and utility, or ABC and special, or AB, utility, and special. But basically, A is your highest quality leather, and they grade it based on how many flaws are in the entirety of the hide, or how much of the hide is usable without any flaws in it. So A is gonna be your most finished and pure and perfect looking hide. B is gonna be less perfect, C is gonna be even less. And then usually when you get to like the bottom tier, sometimes there's holes cut out of it, or there's a huge brand in it, or a huge scar, or a fold from the tannery that didn't get ironed out. For this, I would call the tannery and talk to them about how they grade their leather and which type of grade is gonna fit your need best. Like if you don't mind some scars and stuff in it, you might not need to pay the premium price of an A grade leather, and you can get away with the utility or a special grade leather. But if you're making a bag and you need it perfectly flawless, you might have to pay the premium to get the A grade leather. And then the prices also reflect the quality. So the higher the grade is, the more expensive it's gonna be. The lower the quality, the cheaper it's gonna be. Ow, yep, okay. And then we do what's called a Tannery Run for most of our leathers. So instead of requiring all A grade leather, we'll do what's called a Tannery Run that has a percentage of each of those grades in it, because a lot of times we don't need that perfect grade leather every single time for every single piece. We can get away with doing a lot of the smaller strap works on a special grade or utility grade, but on the bigger pieces we need that higher grade. So we'll do a Tannery Run where you'll get a mixture of all the different grades. But yeah, I would talk to the tannery about it and make sure you know what you're getting first, because this video is more of like a general knowledge, a general understanding video, so that when you talk to a tannery or when you go in to talk to the employees at Tandy, you're not going in completely blind. You'll know some of the jargon that goes along with leather, so that you guys can have a conversation instead of them just being like, the temper of this, the ounce of this, and you're just like, what? I just want leather. So hopefully this helps. And if you're looking for more of the information on like the different types of tanning, the different finish types, and just the other general information I didn't cover in this video, it was probably covered in the Leather 101 video, which I'll put in the description and like make one of these little cards for. So with these two videos, it should give you a general information, a really good base to go off of to make some educated choices on leather, because my first 3 hides I bought, I still have those hides because I have no idea what to use them for, because I bought the wrong leather for whatever I was trying to make. And 5 years later, I've used hardly any of them. So hopefully this helps you avoid that mistake. So thank you guys for your support. And if you like these type of videos of leather information and just general leather craft and leather working videos, be sure to like and subscribe and comment, because the more that you do that, the more YouTube prioritizes showing these videos to people, and the more that I'll do them. So I appreciate your support. See ya. What?